I don't know how much money they're making from competing as a pro natty, but I don't think it's like paying the bills. Sorry.
I mean, is there a level of prestige saying like, "Oh, I did it natural"? I don't know. Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, maybe personal. I don't think, honestly, I don't think people care. Average person, like average competitor, probably doesn't give a shit.
You think so?
Yep, I don't think so at all. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Paradise Pump. And we have Jed and Mel, as usual. What's going
The
on?
usual suspects.
That's right.
Yeah, I see. We're slowly working on this place inside of here. It's coming along slowly but surely. I mean, just like the social media views or whatever YouTube
Mm.
views, just coming along slowly but
Yeah,
surely.
because I did this today. This panels. This is like a do it yourself. You put this adhesive, double sided adhesive on the wall, and these are like little plastic little panels. They're actually cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty easy. Takes a little bit of time. You got to make sure you line it up, but simple. I mean, if you have a room in your house, you want to do something kind of interesting, have a wall, you want to put it up on one wall. It's kind of cool. I like it. It came in all different colors too. They have white. I think they have silver too. Gray.
No, not gonna match the
No,
montage we
no,
got
no.
going on
Yeah,
here.
no. So the black was it. Black's the color, but it looks good.
Yep, slowly but surely.
Yeah. I think next week we'll have those. We'll see how these LED lights behind us, how that's gonna look, because I didn't have time to do that today, but we'll have that up next week. We'll see.
Next week.
Next week, and then next week. Yeah.
Yeah, we always
We have
got
guests
something
next week.
next week.
We have
But we
guests.
always say these things, but it'll happen when it happens.
That's it. That's
Mm-mm.
it. You never know. You just show up and think
Speaking of a few weeks from now, what do we got coming up? The Aloha? No, I'm sorry. It's a Stingray coming up.
Stingray, right? And then Ikaiko, he's still doing a show, right? Because
I would like to
July,
think so. July,
isn't
yeah.
it July? July,
Yeah.
yeah. What's July 27th? I think there's a show coming. I don't know if that's Ikaika or not, but
It's a
there's
little
something.
late, isn't it? Usually Kaika's earlier.
Yeah, usually earlier. There's something. Is there another one of those natty shows? Wasn't that around the time
Yeah,
too?
there is a
That
natural
might be the
show
one.
in July.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
at it's at Eva this year. It's at
Oh,
Eva
it's
Beach,
back at Croc Center.
not
Mm.
Croc
Oh,
Center, somewhere else. I think because I got a guy doing it.
So the natty one, that's going to be July. I think, right?
you
Like
know,
18 weeks out from now.
What's it called again?
OCB.
OCB.
OCB. I was thinking OCD, so it's OCB. Yeah,
When it
that's
was
good.
at the Croc Center the first year that it came to Hawaii, I actually liked it. I was like, the shows actually ran pretty well, and they honored the military individuals as well, and all of that stuff. And then when it came to
Town.
Alamoana's, whatever the hotel here,
Yeah.
it was a little bit of chaotic. The stage was just like foot off the ground, and the first row of people was maybe 5 feet back from
The
Mhm.
it,
prep
it
room was like across the hall down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pump up room was way all the way around on the other side. So they had to like walk in there like, since you guys are in a hotel, you guys need to cover up. They're like,
Oh
they leak
wow.
oil on us. Like, what do you mean
Interesting.
cover up? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the Croc. I mean, have you been to that venue?
Yes, I've been to that venue. It's held in that little church where they
Little
hold it.
sanctuary
Yeah.
area.
How many people does it hold? Do you
Um,
think, seating wise, like 300 or something?
Not that many people, but there was like seating down below, and then
Mhm.
there was some up on top.
Oh,
So
okay.
but yeah, the stage was nice. I mean, we were like looking down at the stage, and the lights was
Surprised they have
awesome.
they have a pretty decent turnout, right? As far as competitors.
They actually do have a very decent turnout for
It's kind of crazy.
competitors, especially for a natural show. So,
Yeah. Natties, man. Like the Natties come out for that.
mm-hmm, they
But
sure
that
do.
is the only one here in the island.
So far, as far as a
I think
natural
so.
show that I know about,
Yeah.
I know the NPC wanted to do the Ben Weeder Naturals, and they wanted one in every state. But as far as promoters in Hawaii, I don't know if it'll catch fire. So,
Mm.
would it be would it be worth it for, on return of investments? Ugh, I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah, because they They actually, what do they? They test the winners, the overalls. They test them or something. But isn't it polygraph?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Prior to you, um, well, when you upon entry and stuff like that, when you check in, they do a polygraph and a urine test.
and then if you win, then they actually test your urine, the winners.
I believe so, something like that.
Yeah, if you don't win, then they don't test you.
Yeah, I know some natural sanctions. If you win your pro card, they can just randomly test you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they come to your gym or your workplace and be like, let's go.
So
And they, yeah, it's crazy. And
I'm like, this ain't Olympics, dude.
if
Like,
you
sorry.
fail it, like,
Yeah,
you get put on this wall of shame for so many years and you could
really?
never compete in the naturals again.
Wow. Pretty strict.
It's pretty cool though.
I'm pretty sure they'll be okay though. It's not the end of the world. I don't know how much money they're making from competing as a pro natty, but I don't think it's like paying the bills. Sorry.
I mean, is there a level of prestige saying like, oh, I did it natural? I don't know. Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, maybe personal. I don't think, honestly, I don't think people care. Average person, like average competitor, probably doesn't give a shit.
You think so?
Yep, I don't think so at all.
I don't know,
I
because
I think
so many people are jaded thinking like bikini. I'm not saying all, but a lot of people are jaded that a lot of bikini girls are not natural,
yeah.
and
Okay.
they're taking lots of stuff, and they're like, "No way, she's natural." I'm like, hate to break your heart, or like thinking the Mr. Olympias got their natural. Like I had those
That's
questions
crazy.
posed to me before. Like, oh, do you think he's natural? I'm like, hell no.
That's who would ever think that?
Someone also asked me if Iris
Well, they
Kyle
don't know.
was
They don't know
natural,
bodybuilding.
and I had to say I don't know. I've never seen Iris use drugs before, so I don't
They
know.
don't know bodybuilding though.
So, you know,
Obviously, yeah. I mean, there's no, you don't have 100% proof unless the person
you
came out and
see it.
said it. Well, or the person said, yes, I do take these things. Then obviously they're probably not lying about it. But like, yeah, come on, at that level, what are you thinking? Everybody's on it. Like to get to that level, to that stage, you're on it. Sorry. There's been a few, and I have to say, there's been a few pros that I believe competed as pros, and they were probably natural or close to it. There was only a few, and those guys were genetically gifted gods. I mean, like Kai
Hmm.
Green. I think there was a time he was clean. Ronnie Coleman, he
Hmm.
even admitted it. I think he was clean. You know, those are two names. I mean, I can't. The list isn't deep at all. So
It's funny. With the accessibility of information and resources now, I see a lot more and more younger people on social media admitted to taking gear, it's crazy. Starting at 16 years old and
well, I kind of wonder now if it's become more of a thing like before, you know, 10, 20 years ago, whatever, you didn't talk about it. You just kind of kept it quiet. And it was like that unwritten rule. Everybody just kind of knew, but you never talked about. But now I almost think is there some bragging rights in there a little bit? Like, yeah, like I do this cycle. I'm on, like, because is there a cool factor nowadays?
um
You know,
I don't know. I think just the news and everything has so much to do with it as well too. Like we've talked about from the what was it, 70s, early 70s, the normal level of a average 30-year-old male
hmm
testosterone levels was really high, was
yeah,
500, 700, and now it's the average is 2 to 3, right?
yeah. And a lot of guys in their 20s are on TRT already.
And in their 20s, knowing
Yeah.
that, fuck it, they're probably just like, oh, we'll just start it now. Let's
Yeah.
get to it.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting if you think about it. If you're 28-year-old or something, and you got a few friends that are on like legit TRT, and maybe you don't need it, but they're on TRT, and you're like, well, shit, they're taking gear. So I'll get on it. And it's not. I don't even think it's that big of a deal now because people are using it as a regular prescription, drug just to keep their normals level.
Hmm.
Like that's just to be normal. They're using it. but they're in their 20s. Like that was unheard of when I was in my 20s.
Or like we're talking about teenagers. If your kid or kids this age coming up a little bit soft, a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys are all like Jed. You grew up on a farm. You had to fucking work. You had to like get your hands dirty and do things, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I lived a short time on a farm, but even when I was out, we were out in the middle of nowhere. We had to do work all weekend, like digging ditches, busting wood. We did it all the time.
I don't see too many kids doing that kind of manual labor stuff. So, I don't know, it could be their testosterone level. I mean, it could be everything that it's attributed
Well, you
to
can see it
that.
when they train because they can't find their muscles. Like you literally have to
Mhm.
teach them to bring their shoulder blades back and do all this stuff that like people like me and my brother and other people were from. Like we pick up on that a lot easier because we've used our muscles growing up, so those nerve impulses
Mhm.
fire better, right?
Yep.
But these kids today, they haven't even mowed a yard,
Yep.
because they grew up in an apartment building or something.
Yep.
And so they get in the gym and they have no idea how to find anything.
Or like the functional patterns like deadlifting is picking stuff up off the
Mhm.
ground. It's a wreck seeing some of these kids and knowing that you guys came from doing labor and knowing how to fire your muscles and stuff like that makes a big difference. I mean, and lifting heavy, lifting things, doing manual labor also increases testosterone, which I think it helped was the cause of the dwindling down of testosterone levels. Now these city kids don't get out much.
they don't do a lot of chores like yeah, labor, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
manual labor, right? Yeah. There's a lot of video games, right? Phone, screen time, right?
Yeah, so I
Lots
think
of screen time.
it's a get your boys on the farm, low e patch or something, manual labor. Build some shit. Be creative.
Plus, it builds discipline too. Like when my parents moved out of the house, it was me and my brother. We didn't have to be told to do anything. We knew what to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why, sports, right? For kids coming up, doing sports, it's pretty important, right? Just being exercising, moving your body, you know, I think it's important to be involved in some type of sport. You may not ever, be that great at it, whatever, it's fine, but at least doing the sport, I think it's important. Yeah,
I mean, even building coordination,
right.
playing sports. I don't know if you ever have before, like watching like 6-year-olds or around that age, under 7, when they're playing soccer or basketball or whatever.
Oh my God.
They're running, they're like
They're
making
running
little
over.
bobbleheads and they're
Yeah,
running
yeah.
off weird because they don't have like
They don't
full
have
control of their body,
yeah.
and they're awkward and don't
Yeah,
have
that's
too much
interesting.
like coordination or dexterity.
Yeah,
And you kind of like have to grow into that with
I
the
think
more
so.
active you become.
Hmm.
No, we live in a different time now.
Yeah, it's very different. It's extremely different. I don't even know. I don't, it's, I know like technology has advanced the world and, it's supposed to be better, I guess, overall, but I don't know if it is better, to be honest. Certain things are better, I would say. There's certain things that I appreciate nowadays, but a lot of things, I'm just like, wow, like I don't think it's better. I
With
don't think.
technology and a lot of these AI things taking over manual labor or like labor intensive type jobs, you think we're gonna get worse as a society?
I think certain things will, I just think the interaction, right? The human interaction, that's a problem. I think I think society being able to I actually see it here when I see a lot of younger guys. Some of them are good, and then there's some that are, 19, 20, 21, and it's not, I don't think they're doing it on purpose, but they don't really know how to like, hey, greet someone, just how's it going? How you doing? And have a conversation.
What if
Like,
they never had a dad in their
well, no, that's what
their
I'm
dads
saying.
never like told them like
Well,
shake
but
shake hands like a man and
it's possible. And but I didn't have a dad, so but I think yeah, there's something. I'm just saying, as a culture, like as a society overall, the reason why I bring it up is because I think people are so buried into their phones and detaching from the world on their computers and their iPads a lot. And I think that it's a less interacting with humans than more interacting with the screen, you know? And I think that compared to like when I grew up, how much screen time did I have?
None.
Zero. Yeah. So what was I doing? I was either interacting with people or I was doing something, reading, a book, or I'd play some video game stuff, right? When I was a kid, but I'd be riding my bike. I was doing a physical activity but there was something else, right? That I was doing. I wasn't just sitting in my room staring at the freaking wall. These kids could sit indoor all day on the freaking screen all day and no problem. And then play video games too on top of it. Right.
It was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Because the video games now are, I mean, growing up when I had video games, you got bored after a while because we could beat it. Like you get the video game, you play it, it would take you very long. It could take you a few days or maybe a week, depending on what game you're playing, and you'd beat it. And then you get kind of bored with it. Nowadays, I mean, you got the games where it's just you don't even beat the game. You just go on there and you're playing with everybody else,
Yeah, it
and
gets worse, right, when you got your buddies
and you're
on there
yeah,
playing.
you're doing
Yeah.
team play and stuff. So you're not even trying to beat levels. You guys are just playing the game together, and you guys are trying to just compete with other people and stuff. So that could go on. I mean, you heard about that, right? The one kid. There's a couple people who actually died playing video games.
What?
Yeah, I should look it up. There was one Korean kid or something. Yeah, just I don't know how long he was playing video game for so long. I think did he get a heart attack or something? It was like 2 days straight or something of not, he didn't eat, just kept playing video games. It's like crazy. There's some, look it up, but it's interesting. There has been
How
some
old was
things.
that kid or guy?
He was kind of young, I think. Yeah. There was a few different cases of people like having,
So do we blame it on the adult parents or
sure.
society
Yeah.
upbringing themselves?
It's the parents, right? But like you said, what if they don't really have parenting? What if it's single parent and I don't know, mom goes to work and then the kid's at home hanging out, so he just does his thing. I don't know. There's so many variables. Again, I'm just looking at it as a whole, right? Because that's always going to be there. There's always going to be variables. People that don't have parents or had only one parent, whatever. Just overall, I think the phones have really detached people from interacting with other people.
Out of curiosity, your son, though, he grew up more with your ex-wife than he did with you.
Kind of both. I mean, he spent most of his time during the weekdays with her, and then I had him during the weekends.
So as far as him being around the gym culture,
Yeah.
how much of an influence were you to him? Did he end up becoming like avid gym goer, or is he's just like
No, he's not. He works out, but he works out just to keep in shape. Like he's never had a desire to be
to bodybuild,
a competitive
compete?
bodybuilder and all that. But it is funny because what does he do? He's computer science, right? So we're over here talking about screen time, and one of my kid's computer science. Um, so he does a lot of that, but
But he exercises, so
he
like
does.
the
He works out.
influence was there at least, you know,
Yeah, he works out, right?
because we all are products of our environment.
Yeah, so he saw it. He was around me and his mom used to
Compete
compete
and figure.
too, and
Yep.
yeah, so he got to be around us and he saw, but he never had a desire to compete. Probably because he he probably saw us suffering. We were dying. He's like, screw that.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
probably was
I
like, oh, I don't
gather
want to be
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's probably part of it.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit of crazy to want to compete. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know.
To sacrifice an off season and then a good 12 weeks to really like dial it down, you gotta love that stupid
Yeah.
craziness.
And then the stress that it puts on a relationship and stuff. Like,
I don't know. For me, parts of me, I was competing because maybe I was escaping something that was going on in my reality.
mm,
I maybe like looking at it,
mhm.
2020 now.
Oh, that's the same as me. I was, like growing up, right, lacking something, right? Oh, like I said earlier, didn't have a dad, right? So maybe that was my whole thing was I'm gonna go lift weights now, and Lifting weights gave me a goal, gave me a purpose, right? And that drove me for a long time. Unfortunately, I think it was I always wondered, if I wasn't so obsessed with it, if I would have accomplished a lot of other things too. Because I feel like I was so focused on it, hyper focused, that some other things that I could have done better at, I didn't do. I didn't put that much time into it, you know.
I don't know. I was I was one of those kids that was involved with all kinds of sports and activities and all of that. But as far as bodybuilding and looking up to Corey Everson,
Oh yeah.
thinking like, oh yeah, I want that, and having growing up body dysmorphia, feeling like an ugly duckling, and knowing like
Oh, is that
weight,
how you felt?
yeah, weightlifting was something that I was good at. I felt like I could pick it up and put it back down really well.
Wait, when did you like first feel like you were an ugly duckling? Like when you were a little kid?
Yeah, when I was little.
And did you ever get out of that mindset? Like when did you, break out of that?
Never,
You
because
never
I
did.
still have body
See,
dysmorphia.
so I was gonna say, did you ever to this day?
Nah.
Do you still think that way to this day? You still think,
Oh,
oh,
not
ugly
like
duckling?
that.
Okay,
Not
not
ugly
like that.
duckling. No, 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 no.
But as a teenager and as a young adult, you were thinking that way still.
Hmm.
Like you felt like you weren't good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And then I was just good at lifting weights and then like being athletic, having that athletic build, and then you see Corey Everson's picture
Yeah.
and like, the things that you could do with the way that you look.
Mm.
Always having abs all throughout high school and everything like that. And now, like I just got through talking to you outside. Like right now, that's all I just want now, just
Just
abs,
get your
man.
ass back.
Get them abs back.
I mean, did you get a lot of attention, later at like high school, maybe after? But you started, obviously, you probably looked like physical wise, you looked a lot better than all the other girls, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, and I got
Did you
like,
get,
hey, do you power lift? Oh, you do
oh,
you
okay.
whatever? Do you body build? I never really body built.
Hmm.
I I just exercised because I was good at it, lifting weights and putting it back down, like I said. But as far as powerlifting, there was a little episode that I was interested in it for a little bit, but I never did anything about it. I
Yeah.
just maintained to lift weights. But no, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you got like complimented on your physique or,
Yeah, that's about
right.
it.
And then that probably helped a little bit with your self-esteem, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes it makes you want to go train more.
It does.
It's
It
like, oh,
does.
it's working. What I'm doing is working. Okay. Then you go and you go harder. I
Yeah.
think that was me. I was like, somebody said, "Oh man, your chest. Wow, what's up with your chest?" And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then I'm like, I'm hitting the gym, right? Like my chest looks better. Okay.
Okay, we'll make it
Yeah,
even better.
yeah, yeah. Just for that one person to tell you, "Ooh, you look good." Yeah, interesting.
Did you have any type of motivation like that, Jed, from anyone that help your self esteem a little, complimenting you?
No, wait, for working out and stuff.
Yeah,
My
when you.
my motivation was I was started being fat,
Mm,
and I got started playing football, and I was in varsity football as a freshman. I had to compete against all those guys, so that's what kept me going. And by the time I was a senior, I was all conference lineman. I did well. Like during the summertime, I'd be out running sprints on the track and stuff, and everybody else was fucking off. I was always in the gym on my off time. The gym was right up the road from my house. I could walk to the gym up the hill. So dad got me a membership, and he's like, when all these kids are doing summer stuff, you need to be working out. So since I was like, say 14 or 15, I was going to the gym. And then the guy that worked with my dad was a bodybuilder, and he started picking me up and taking me to the gym, and we started working out together. And then I started getting my ass beat. Like that's when I really started cranking it down. And it started making a significant difference. When I showed up to school the next year, I was getting bigger than everybody else. So
Mm.
yeah, it was just that.
did you even notice yourself getting bigger, like your chest getting bigger, shoulders broader,
Yeah, my
arms
shirts
bigger,
would fit better.
and was that motivation for you? It's incentive to get even stronger, bigger, and better.
Yeah, yeah.
Strong,
Um,
bigger,
and
better.
doing better at football practice and stuff. Like I remember the one year I went back and I actually spent the summer running sprints and being in shape. It was a complete game changer. So I was no longer huffing and puffing, like dreading conditioning and stuff. I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the worst either. And I
Mhm.
started playing. They started putting me in, so I just kept pushing with the gym.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a period in time in my young adulthood that as a family we kind of would go snowboarding every year, sometimes even like twice a year.
Mhm.
I remember my first 2 years, it was just like, ah, whatever. Is I'm an athlete. I'm in shape. I got my ass handed to me. I was not ready
Snowboarding.
for snowboarding. That's a
Yeah.
total different type of like stress on your body.
Yeah.
Then the third year going up, I'm like, F this. I'm gonna go up ready. So, I prepared my body for it, exercised like hell, did a lot more cardio, squats, lunges, and all kinds of stuff because it takes everything to snowboard. And
Right.
because my family, they're all competitive. They snowboard hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, and
Of course.
yeah, you go fast, you eat it hard too, right? And you got to pick
Yep.
yourself up. So I'm like, I'm gonna prepare. So like my third year, I'm like, I'm prepared for this. It was
Oh,
much better,
wow.
but
Wow.
I mean, life happens, injury happens, and I had to hang it up. So, but it was pretty cool knowing that yeah, I'm gonna prepare for something. It incentivizes you to
Hmm.
get into better shape.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. Interesting. Yeah. Um, I was thinking like about, high school and all that stuff and, training in sports. And I always find it funny because I would talk to a lot of my friends now who were, like the top guy in the school. He was like the state champion for wrestling, or he made all state for football, or, like different guys, right? And it's funny, years later, I talked to them, and I would ask them about it. And a lot of them, they were like, they did it for their dad. Like, oh, my dad, man, he's pushed me all the time. He wanted me to play football, And I said, and I'll be like, oh, did you want to do it? He's like, I mean, I liked it and I was really good at it. But it's like, no, I got so tired of it. My dad, I felt pushed. And a lot of these guys, they got to a point where after high school, they didn't go to college or they just stopped. And I was wondering, I said, because me, I was like, man, why didn't he go to college? Like, he's so good, right? In my mind, if I was as good as him, I would have taken advantage of that. But I wasn't as talented those guys. That's why I got into bodybuilding. I wasn't as good in sports as some of these
You
guys.
was the DJ on the
Yeah,
team.
I was the D. Yeah, that's telling you a lot right there. I was the TJ, so I was decent, but yeah, I was definitely not gonna be no like
All
college guy.
state.
Yeah, no, not at
Yeah.
all. So, and I was like, oh, that's so interesting. All that talent, all that skill, a lot of it was probably because their dad pushed them. Might have been some of it. So there's probably some anger and resentment in there too, because obviously they get all these offers for colleges and they're just like, no. And then both of my friends had offers for different schools. And they're like, no, forget it. I'm not going to go anywhere. They didn't leave the state. They just stayed here and just worked jobs, whatever they, whatever stuff that's it. And I was like, man, you guys were so good
So talented.
because,
Which ways?
because they got pushed too much. Their dad's just, that was their dad's dream, right?
I had a client a while ago, and we reconnected just a little bit ago, and now that we're a lot older and maturing in age and in our thoughts and mind and stuff like that, he said the same thing as well too. Because he wanted to please his dad and make his dad happy and wanted his dad's approval, he did the things, played the sports, like whatever his dad had him do,
Yeah.
train that specific type of way for whether it be football or baseball or whatever it is. And now that he's a mature adult, he's like, fuck, I did all of that to please my dad. I bodybuild to show my dad I could do something well. And he's like, shit, I did all of that for nothing. It's so stupid. I still didn't get my dad's approval. So fuck it.
Yeah. And that,
Yeah.
it's crazy, right? So, I mean, in the end, I think if you don't really truly want to do it for yourself, then yeah, it's probably not a good idea. And you're young, do you really even know what you want at that age, and you're 16, 17, 18. I mean, you're pretty young. It's hard. Yeah. You may,
You may
I don't
have
know.
an idea
Right. You'll have
about
an
what you
idea, but
do, but
yeah.
especially don't want to do.
Right. Yeah. It's just crazy when you see somebody who's just like the talent is, you're so, wow, so talented. Like,
Oh,
you're
they're going to go
better than
far.
everybody that
Yeah.
I know. You're the best, and they just, nope, nope, done. Like, that's it. And I was like, what? That's it? Like, that's it? You're done? Like, you're not ever doing it again? That's great. Wow. Okay. Wow. I guess you really didn't like it that much, because for you to just stop and never do it again, like, that's just, You don't like it that much.
I mean, even as a coach, you see it too. All, not all, but people that come in here, you approach them and you're like, man, you should compete. You got good genetics and whatever, great foundation. You should consider it. And they're like, nah,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I've seen guys like that. And you're just like, man, wow, that person could probably do well, but
they could probably turn pro or they could
they
guarantee
have,
win overall in
right,
Hawaii,
for sure. But
but it's not their thing. It's
it's
not
not
their
the thing.
bag.
And you're just like, okay, cool. You know, whatever.
Yep, competing's not for everybody.
No, no, it's not.
Back to the show. Stingray, you guys got anybody?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, you do?
Men's physique?
Bikini.
Oh, wow, bikini. First show?
No, second.
Second
Yeah.
show. Do you help them bikini posing too, or you do a
No, I sent it to somebody.
you send?
I don't know enough about it. And I don't want to experience to know enough about it.
I don't know,
Yet.
dude. I see some renowned Instagram posing coaches do like bikini posing and stuff. I'm like, don't do it. They're
Yeah.
wearing heels and everything, trying to emulate being like a woman posing. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
if
good.
if they're secure in their manhood, whatever's, but it's just not a look
I think
good look,
maybe
not a good look.
I've seen that one. I don't know. Maybe I've seen that. I thought it was like a parody though.
No, man. One of the guys get
There's
down.
one of the guys who actually
He
does it.
full on
Really?
puts on the
Oh,
heels and
interesting.
yeah,
Puts on the heels and does the whole thing with them.
yes,
And he's straight?
yeah. He's
I was
married.
gonna
No,
say,
he's
hit
not.
you straight.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
like, really?
allegedly,
Allegedly? We
he's
don't know. We don't know.
he's married apparently,
Yeah, well, he could be married. I don't know. Interesting.
but he gets down,
He
man.
rocks the heels.
Yeah,
And what? Does he look good posing? Does he know how to do it well?
pretty good because
Really?
he's a posing coach. He understands the gist of it. I mean, but to see
Crazy.
a man like
Hey, if he's making the money, go for it.
yeah,
Shit.
In heels. Wow. Okay.
see, there's um a dude obviously gay, but he trains like a lot of the women, Miss Universe, Miss like like, and
Yeah.
he trains them how to walk in heels to do
Wait, I think I've
shows
seen
and
this
stuff like that.
guy.
But he's like full on flaming
Yes, I've
gay.
seen that guy.
So it kind of
Seen his
suits
video.
his personality
Yeah.
to be strutting in heels and like
Right.
doing the things that he does, training all of these
He's got a beard, right?
pageant
Okay.
ladies.
Got a
Oh,
beard,
that's
right?
another guy.
That's
Yeah.
I don't, so
But
you know what I'm talking about
but
him.
yes, but for him to be strutting around in heels and training pageant girls to do their thing, walking around strutting, it all right, like I get it. But for a straight man to be rocking heels, yeah, so to Jed's point, I pretty sus.
Pretty sus. Hey, sus. Yeah. That's
I mean,
definitely.
I wouldn't imagine you guys posing bikini girls, but having the overall look like, okay, turn a little bit more and
I used to
whatever.
post some bikini girls when bikini first came out,
Yeah.
but it was just the pose, right? I would be like, oh, you have to, and I would show them the front pose, this one, and then the back pose. I wasn't wearing heels or nothing like. I mean, I was just like standing there, just showing them
And explaining.
and explaining the pose itself. And then a lot of times, like the turns and stuff, I would tell them, okay, try to move your arms and try to turn and have them just do it, and see what they can do. And then maybe like, oh, that looks good. Like, we would just kind of we play around with it. Be like, that looks good. Try and do that a little bit more. Yeah, yeah. Move your hips a little bit more. Okay, perfect. Like, I wouldn't have them. It wasn't like they would emulate me. I would just show them the pose. Here's the front pose. This is how you got to hold it. Okay, here's the back pose. How you got to hold it. Now do it. And then all the little things in between, we would just work it out. And the walk out and all that stuff. I would just be like, yeah, that looks good. Again, I can't really show them it, so I'd just be like, oh, maybe just move your hips a little more, turn a little bit more like that. Okay, perfect. Like, and I would just work with them. That's it.
It's crazy how and like not knocking them or anything, but how a lot of people saw that as a niche market where I'm gonna be a posing coach, and they compounded off of that and made
Yeah.
money.
Oh yeah, lots
That's
of money.
fantastic.
Yeah, lots of money.
I missed that boat. Fuck.
Yeah, you get the whole package deal, right? The total package.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I get it all, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get that the menu, just posing check. Train
No,
check.
I think
Diet
I
check.
honestly, at the age and day and age and everything that I'm at right now, I miss the whole fitness boat. I don't think I would be able to compound any off of it now.
Mm. What do you think about the online training stuff? I mean, it's just there's so many people that are coaching, that are coaches online, and there's so many people that hire coaches online. And there's so many of them. It's just so interesting to me because some people never actually work with a coach other than online, you know? Like, have you ever had a coach train you like physically one on one? No, no, but I get the videos they show me, like it's more of a prep thing. They die, and I'm just wondering, like, I don't know. I feel like there's just something missing there, but so many people do it. And a lot of people that have been doing it for a while, the coaches, they're making really good money doing it. And they can live wherever they want. They don't have to, they're not stuck having to go to a gym. They can go anywhere they want, travel whenever they want because their clients are all over. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some guys got like, 40, 50 online clients, right? Like one person, which is a lot to me, but maybe half of them or more than half of them, they're not competing. They're just regular people that want to look good, which isn't too hard. And then obviously competitors, you got to hold their hand. So, but
Another one, another business venture that I missed the boat on.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
even me, I never, when it was new and it was coming out and I was actually like, oh, I should do this. But I never had a desire to do it. So I can't even say that I missed the boat on because I knew about it. I saw it. I knew what I should do. I just had no desire to do it. I just didn't. And so look, now I go, man, that could have been nice because 10 years ago, right? You build your name. Now you're set. Like you have the clientele, people know you,
Yeah,
you
the
have that brand,
reputation.
you have a reputation. You can have other people working for you,
Mm-hmm.
basically. You're just paying them as
And
trainers.
that's what I think is going on as well too. These people with 50, 60, 80
Yeah.
clients,
Yeah.
do you honestly think you're getting it from the main dude?
Not
You got AI and other
right.
people doing your shit for you, man. So
And
that one-on-one,
yeah.
I
And
don't
maybe
know.
probably the main dude, I'm sure he picks and chooses or she picks who they want to work with. Like if there's like a name, right? Like, oh, this
Top
person's
competitors.
top competitor, I'm gonna personally take care of that. And then,
Hmm.
oh, here's just this regular dude, he's trying to lose 25 pounds. Like, okay, just put him on this program, see what happens.
Jed, you have a bunch of online clients, right?
I did. I only have a couple now, but there'll be some times where I have up to 12
Oh wow.
people. But I didn't, I fell into that because I had military clients that moved away and wanted to keep working with me. So that's how it got started. Then they change, they tell their friends, and their friends I don't know message me. And then that's how it got started. It just kind of happened. So it wasn't like I had any strategy to starting this online business.
It was just organic.
Yeah.
See, and that's pretty awesome as well too, that it grew its own legs.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it wasn't something that I desired to do just like you. And I guess I don't I mean, there's money to be made out there, but it wasn't my bag. I wouldn't have paid too much attention or yeah.
Well, yeah, because you got to do updates. No, it's like weird because you never actually physically seen the person other than maybe a picture or something. And I'm like, how do you? I don't know, man. It's just interesting to
A
me.
lot of mine now are people that I've trained in person and moved away.
See, that's better
It
at
is.
least because you know the person.
You've already got a rhythm with them.
Yeah,
Everything's good.
you've taught them. You showed them how to
Mm,
lift. Like,
exercise technique is there because you had
right.
one-on-one with
See
them.
that'd be cool. Like I feel very comfortable doing that
Hmm.
because they know exactly what I'm saying when I tell them to do these different things. I've already trained with them.
Yeah, the ones I see that don't do the best are ones that come to me and they've never been to a gym or never had a trainer. Now I've got a whole video library of the stuff. When I send them workouts, they have videos for everything. But then I'll get a video of them training. I'm like, that's not even fucking close to what the video said. So what's going on? So I have to like in detail explain, or sometimes just get on a video with them and try to explain to them like how it should feel. But if they know how to do the exercises and they're experienced in a gym, then online can be a good option. But if you're just coming off the couch or never done this before, you need to go find someone in person just to get familiar with the gym. And then once you get comfortable with that, you could go online.
So the videos that you sent to them is your
Yeah,
videos, your
I made them in
tutorials?
here.
Ah, that's the I wouldn't even have personally, I wouldn't have put in that much effort. I've been like YouTube and then here, watch this YouTube video.
Yeah, but
You
that's
did,
free views for me though.
Yeah,
That's
that's
free.
true.
That's views and subscribers for me when I
Yeah.
send them there.
and you have an app or something like that?
I use the Trainerize
The
app, but
trainer.
I can link all my videos to that app.
That's what I'm see. That's
Oh,
what a lot of people do. So
So when they do their workouts and the work, I build the workouts on the app, and they click it's my videos.
yeah. So you'd have to take the time, and you'd do all these different exercises, right? You film them,
It took a while
and then right,
because
and
I
then
came in here on
upload them.
Sundays and did it.
Yeah, you have to film all these different things, explain and show the form and do it. But once you have it, right? Once you have all that
true.
built, it's kind of cool, and then it's just there, and then you can here's the video. So
Man, I'm just feeling like I'm just lazy now. Damn.
hey Mel, you could do it. You could still do it. You're not out of the game.
No, my time is past. I'll just make money, buying cryptocurrency or something, trading crypto,
The good old fashioned way. Just
investing.
buying Bitcoin. Yeah, baby.
No, not
No,
Bitcoin,
no,
but
not Bitcoin.
investing.
I know. Okay, I know. Oh, you're an investor. Okay.
Yes. It's a lot easier. So like as far as exchanging time for money, I have a problem with that. Like I like the whole concept of passive income. Once you get a taste of it, it's like, oh, I could do this. I like this. Making money in my sleep. All right.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
There's something about, for me anyway, there's something about, um, I call it working, but like, having a place that I go to, it's a job, right? You can call it a job like this, and then maybe having clients because I'm interacting with
Mm-hmm.
people. So there's something about that
Mm-hmm.
that I think for me it's important to still have because I could just literally never have clients. I totally could. I could just be like, I don't want clients ever, and I don't train anybody, and I never go out on the floor unless I just need to check somebody and somebody's doing a drop in. I could even get to a point where I could probably make it where it's minimum contact, right? With people like they just everything's online, they sign up. I mean, make it minimum as possible. So it's almost like when like anytime fitness, you just go in and you have your fob or whatever. You can make it like that. So there's hardly ever interaction with people here. It's just they come and they train. But me personally, I don't like that. Like I like having the interaction. I like, still talking to people, seeing what's going on and all those things, right? So I purposely keep my life the way it is, like I keep it so I still come here, I still have clients that because I totally could just get to a point where I don't really have to be here that much, and I could streamline so many different things. But then I also think it changes the vibe of this gym too,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I think those gyms where there's person comes in and there's not anybody there, they're just like, oh, signed up online, I did a thing, and make it all set up so it's all completely like self-service. There's no story to be told. There's nobody. They're not telling somebody, "Oh, I'm visiting from here. Oh, I love your gym." There's none of that. It's just they're coming and working out. They're talking amongst their friends, and there's nobody to tell that to, right?
Yeah. I still like that. I like the human touch to things. So I'm not 100 AI, but I got a short social battery, so it's
Yeah,
limited.
that's it. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But for me, I think it's important to have that. Even as I get older and older, I think it's just always going to be something that I'm going to need, that I'm going to have to have. I won't have to have it every day. I'm sure I'll get to a point where maybe it's not every day, but still, I think it's important to have it, you know, for my sanity and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah,
gonna be the old uncle in the gym.
yeah, pretty much, right? The old, how old's that guy? He's still here. Yep, that's it. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
I mean, you're in a place where the gym it's like kind of self-sustaining already, so you could have the option too,
Almost. I
but
mean,
you like the social interaction, so it's cool.
well, yeah, well, just even with people coming to visit, they're doing like a drop in, and then, a lot of times just having a conversation with them, like a 5-minute conversation,
Hmm.
and they're telling you, like, oh, I saw your gym online, man. This is so cool. I always wanted to come here. Or, I had a friend that was here. They said it was great, and man, it's so cool. Look at this gym, you know. And then after they're leaving, and they're like, yeah, this place is awesome, best gym I ever been to, you know, whatever those type of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where if it's just a fully automated gym and self service, you're not going to get that.
No.
You're not even going to know the story. You're not going to hear any of it. People are going to come in, and they still might think it's an awesome gym, but who are they telling it to? They're telling it to their friend. Maybe
Yeah.
that's it.
No. Missing that human touch, like I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, there's a lot of things now, right, that you can go to, and it's literally you don't talk to anybody, right? Like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of places, you can just place your order, boom, boom, go in, pick it up, and you're out. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not even talking to anybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes it more efficient. Does it make it better? I don't know. I mean, maybe if you're just ordering food, like, okay, whatever, who cares? You just want your food so you can go home and eat. That's fine. But there's still something about like customer service experience, right? Like coming in, maybe you're kind of tired and somebody's like super friendly to you and hey, how's it going? Can I have
Yeah.
your order?
And that
Hey,
might
and
be
then
just what you needed that
just that
day.
little bit,
Yep.
right? And they're like, oh, you doing good? Yeah, well, you know, we have this today, and you know, and you're just like, oh, okay, and somebody's talking to you now, right? You get some interaction with a person. Maybe you didn't talk to anybody all day. I don't know. So yeah, it's interesting. I think it's important to still have it. And that kind of goes back to, you know, we were talking about the phones and all that
And
stuff.
what happened in 2020 with COVID?
Mm. Well, did you
Yeah.
know that there was a this report that came out? They said between ages people between the ages of 18 and 55, there's like a 50% increase in heart attacks since in the last 5 years.
Yeah. I wonder what that's from.
I know. I was like, oh, interesting. Last 5 years, 50% from 18 to 55. 18 now. So you're talking people and teenagers and up,
From
like
13.
18,
We're
they're
taking it.
young and they're getting heart attacks. It's crazy. So, you know,
I think that part's gonna get worse until that like just flushes out of the system, or does it?
yeah, how
I
many
don't know.
years does that
I don't
take?
know.
How many
Or
years?
does it mutate?
Right. That's what I'm
And
wondering.
passed on genetically
Yeah. Oh, even worse, right? When you
because
have
it's
kids.
proteins, right?
Yeah, and then you have kids, and your kids have that gene in them. Oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. Well, I never took it, so whatever.
I allegedly may or may have not.
Yeah, you're allegedly. Like me. I don't think anybody cares if I did or not.
No. At this point, I don't know. I don't think people care if you do or
No.
did.
There was a time though, man.
But for whoever didn't take it, aren't we supposed to be dead by now, or like
Supposedly,
super ill or sick or
allegedly,
1 foot in the grave by now,
right?
right?
I don't know, man. Whatever. Yeah.
How we talk about conspiracies again? It's
You
so
what?
crazy. We get topic on conspiracies again. That's
I know.
crazy.
Well, yeah. I know. I was gonna actually bring up because I don't know if we talked about it last week at all. We did we mention it? Oh, maybe we did. And it goes to food. You know, it's part of our topics. Food, a conspiracy with food, right? And so I'm going on Instagram, right? I'm seeing a lot more of these videos of people making these videos of this whole thing about that we're eating humans. You know,
Human DNA in McDonald's. There's
right?
2%
Right,
of
but not only
human
McDonald's
DNA.
now, because I mean we talked about that the other
Fast
week, but
food.
other foods and not even just fast food. Like depending on what supermarket, what you're buying packaged, some of that food now I'm seeing, and you know, I'm not saying I'm believing all of it. You know, I'm not believing. I am believing. Whatever. I'm just seeing so much more of it, and I'm going, wow. There's more and more of these people are making these videos. Okay, so is there any truth to this
Or
at all?
like the 3D printed meat. Like that shit
Yeah,
scares me.
that
Like
is
people are finding more
weird.
of that. It's like start to break up and be spongy. They're finding it in fish, in regular beef type parent meat, and that's
What is
weird.
that made out of?
I have no idea.
Oh my God.
But I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. The whole eating human thing is kind of freaking me out. I'm like, what is going on? like I said, I don't, I'm not sitting here believing all these videos, but it's interesting. It's like you see more and more and more videos of people making them, and you're like, dude, like what is going on with these people making these videos about us? They're putting human meat in these packages.
And that proves to show a lot. Like on the internet, you're gonna find a lot of news, good and bad, and
Yeah,
you got to use your discernment and a
yeah,
little bit of critical thinking
hmm,
skills to decipher what's true or not. And
yeah.
with AI and all of the
Oh,
stuff,
with
we
the
get
AI now,
fudged.
especially.
So many things get fudged.
I mean, AI. Honestly, I there's some still this day. There's still some things where I'm looking at and I don't. I'm like, yeah, wow, that's pretty crazy. And then I kind of look at the comments and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there it is.
But
People.
going back to this conspiracy thing, we were all on it on the same page, me, you, and Jed, about this
Mhm.
2020 and the JE files, and
Yeah.
people were calling us crazy. Now that it's been out, I mean, we ain't so crazy anymore. So you guys better do better homework, man.
I mean, it's great. I know. Well, it's interesting because before I would say out of all these conspiracies, right? There's a long list of conspiracies from the last, I don't know, 70 years, whatever. But out of all of them, I don't know, I was on the fence on a lot of them. Now, I kind of believe a lot of the conspiracies, to be honest. There's so many where I've really looked into it more and more and more, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to say that, did we land on the moon? I don't think we did, like, so they're like, like,
Back at that again.
back, I gotta go there. I still think the Earth is round. Sorry, I do. Um, yeah, I haven't been convinced of that one. I do think the Earth is round. The moon landing, I just don't see it. Like critical thinking, like you said, really put it all together. Just, I just don't see. We did not have the technology back then to do it. I just don't think so. So, whatever. You know, human meat in food supply. That one, I'm kind of like, wait a minute. It could be
Maybe.
possible. I mean, you're not. Are you watching them package your hot dogs and your sausages and all that? I mean, are you there watching all of it? No, So I don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know where McDonald's gets their all beef patties from. You know, Taco Bell gets their taco meat from. I have no idea. I don't know. So
Scary thought.
yeah, so there's a lot of conspiracies. The alien conspiracies, right? We talked about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Again, I that one I'm still like not 100 on either one. I'm still kind of figuring that one out, but
I think after what happened this past weekend with that bombing and everything, I
yeah.
mean, a lot more is gonna come out into the
Oh,
summer, and it'll get fun. So I think oil prices are gonna go up. So everybody fill in your gas now or something.
oh well, did I ever ask you about this one? So 9/11, was that an inside job? I know your answer already. I just want to put you on the spot.
Controlled demolition. It was controlled
I
demolition.
just want to put you on the spot. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like you said, critical thinking. Look at the buildings,
Now we're going
how they
way,
went.
way carried away.
We're just, we're having fun. So um, anyway, wake up a little bit. People get tired of talking about boring bodybuilding, right?
Yeah, it's so boring bodybuilding,
Right.
right?
No.
I mean, after a while, you watch a couple of bodybuilding or like even their training
Yeah.
videos, it kind of just like, oh man, all right, let's see what's next.
Yeah. I think so. Training videos.
It
Yeah.
kind of gets boring. So yeah, it's nice to mix it up a little bit. Thanks.
I used to get excited though back in the day. You know, when they came out with the new DVD or whatever. Like your favorite bodybuilder, or whatever. Kevin LeBron. Or
Pumping iron.
Kevin LeBron was like full blown. Or Jay Cutler or whatever. Like when Ronnie came out with this video, I mean, I gotta say, like, I got pretty hyped up about that one. I was like excited to watch that one, and I watched it a few times.
But at that time, we were so limited with information. Like
Yeah,
now, it's like everybody's putting on workout videos, and then like
yeah, right. There wasn't a million clips of training videos on the internet. know.
Hmm.
So literally a million clips, right? Or more.
And after a while, like you see one, you seen them all.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I
I feel
think
like it's not cool anymore to you do a workout video, people are just like, oh whatever, skip.
posting video. Oh,
Yeah,
skip.
skip.
Boring.
You got they'll look at it for 3 seconds and they're like, I'm over it. Move on.
Oh, again, she's
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Bend over rows. Oh, she's doing RDLs again. Okay.
Okay, we get it. You do a lot of cardio.
No. Lunges, like, yeah, I know.
I think social media is it's gonna start to like
What do you think?
it's gonna take a not a complete off the burner, but it's gonna take a backseat. It's gonna slow down a little bit.
You think so?
And I'd love to think that the human touch is gonna interaction, human touch is gonna make a
Mm.
rally. Gonna rally.
Yeah.
I'd like to hope so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like things always come back around, right? So patterns, it's like we repeat patterns a lot as humans. So maybe it'll start, like you said, people will start to want that again, want that human
Hmm.
touch, that interaction. That'll be important. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. AI and all this stuff right now, it's really, really pushing us away from that.
So while we wrap it up, just to let you guys know, AI coaches are people use them. They're really great tools, but get back to the human touch and the one-on-ones.
Yeah. Try not to be so dependent on your AI. Like everything is AI, you know? I think you should do some thinking for yourself sometimes.
Get outside
Um,
the house and make friends or
yeah.
something.
Yeah. And AI, and I'm not going to tell you right now, I don't think AI is not always right.
No.
It's not always 100% correct. So, uh, have somebody with, years of experience that have done it, that's seen it, knows what they're talking about, and you're going with AI. I don't know. You know that personal experience, that person that's been there and has physically been in it and seen it. That's a very very valuable. I think much more valuable than just that computer that's telling you bunch of words. Giving you all this info. You should go talk to that guy or that girl, find out because they've been there. They've been through the actual trenches, so they know. They felt it.
Yep. Being that said, go touch grass.
Go touch grass.
3 cc's.
Get with the earth. All right. You got anything, Jim? Well, thank you for joining us. And next week we will have a guest. So we're having Chris Knox back on. So he's getting ready for his first pro show.
Debut?
Yep,
Yep.
debut.
Pro debut.
I think it's New York Pro.
Oh, that's a big one.
I know.
Ooh, nice.
I think that was the one. Yeah. So we'll have him on here on our next episode. He can talk about what he's been doing and how his life has changed since he's won the
Since
overall
he's
USA.
won Mr. USA.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's go.
That's it. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. See you next time on Paradise Pump.